Hi, this is Stephanie Hansen with the Makers of Minnesota. I am known for suggesting local products and highlighting Minnesota companies through my networks. I utilize my personal assets with stephaniesdish.com and the Makers of Minnesota podcast to help amplify brands. If you'd like to take that experience a little bit further, I would love to help. The way we can do that is through social media management, where I help you with your Facebook and your Instagram posts. So many of the entrepreneurs that I know just hate doing social media, and I love it. I can also help you with PR, publicity, getting the word out about your products. Maybe you need some recipe development, or maybe you need someone that can help you find some influencers that will actually move the needle on getting your product bought. You can find me at shansenmarketing@gmail.com. That's shansenmarketing@gmail.com if you want to explore ways to amplify your brand in 2021.
I'm Natalia Bowman, Managing Director of Greater Fergus Falls, a nonprofit economic development organization, and we are pleased to sponsor Meet Your Makers, Exploring Fergus Falls. This series showcases just a few of the many unique makers that call Fergus Falls, Minnesota home. Aside from our lower cost of living, variety of recreation and amenities, our community fosters small business growth. If you're interested in entrepreneurship, we invite you to explore what Fergus Falls has to offer. Learn more at greaterfergusfalls.com and grow with us.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Makers of Minnesota podcast. I'm Stephanie Hansen, and I'm excited to partner with Greater Fergus Falls. Throughout the summer, we're going to meet a few of their makers and help you explore and discover the collaborative and exciting entrepreneurial community that they really have up in Fergus Falls. If you're interested in entrepreneurship or you're looking for a place to land your company, we invite you to explore what Fergus Falls has to offer and start making connections at greaterfergusfalls.com. I'm excited today to talk to Dan Urin from Duha. And Dan, the first thing we have to ask is, what is a Duha?
Well, a Duha is we started out, our first product is a underseat storage module for full-size pickup trucks. And it stands for down under seat holding apparatus. It's a name we came up with, an acronym for it.
A down under seat holding apparatus sounds really fun.
Yeah. So that was an afterthought. The Duha came first, but we had to come up with a name for it.
Yeah, because a Duha kind of sounds like a doohickey,
right.
Something that you don't really have a name for it, but you need it and you need to describe it. How did you decide that this was a product that the market needed?
I was a car salesman for 26 years, and it was always an issue my customers had with not having any place to put anything in a truck. And back in 99, they came out with a new model, and it had quite a bit of room underneath the seat. And it was where the first thought came from. And
when you had that thought, like, you're a car salesman, so did you have any idea how to found this product or where to source the material or where to get a designer to make it?
Well, I didn't have any of those ideas. Back then, I was giving the ideas to my customers, and they were making them out of wood. So they bring them in and say, hey, look what I made, And so 2 or 3 different guys did that, and that's how it got started.
And then literally, what did you do? Did you go and find an engineer that could make it for you?
Well, that ended up happening, but the best thing that happened to me was I had a friend that owned a rotational molding company in town. I kept telling him about the idea, and then after a while, he decided that he would invest in it and see if we could sell some.
Is it something where, do you have a patent on this particular item?
Well, we applied for patents, and we did get some limited patents, but not enough where you could, stop everybody else from doing it. So,
well, and even if you have a patent on something really good, because one of the other makers I've talked to was the folks that did the Great Scrape, which is a grill scraper, and they have a great patent, and all they do is spend tons of time, energy, and legal money trying to defend that patent against people. And it's very difficult to do. So,
well, it's impossible. We had an attorney tell us, well, if you want to spend a couple of $1 million, we can see if we can fight it, Well, how do you do that?
Yeah. So instead, you focus on building your customer base. Do people come to you directly to buy this, or are you selling it to the auto aftermarket?
It started out in the auto aftermarket. So we have reps, manufacturer reps that travel around. We do a lot of shows. We did at the beginning. We don't do as many now. Of course, don't do any right now with the COVID. But you got to get out there and find people. One person leads to another person.
Let me ask you about that, because a lot of business that was driven by trade shows has stopped because of the pandemic. Now, some people are starting to get back into it. Other people are going completely online. What is your feeling? Do you think that once kind of we get a little more vaccination behind us, that people will start going out to trade shows again?
I think they will. There's certain people that some go to races, some go to trade shows, some do whatever, but it's definitely becoming more of a Zoom thing.
Yeah. And do you enjoy that, or is that not your cup of tea? Like, would you rather get in front of people? And
Oh, I love the shows. Yeah, it's fun to see your people, and gives us an opportunity to see our reps and work with other people and find out what the people out there are thinking, and so it's a good thing.
yeah, I record via Zoom right now. And, people are always like, are you going to use the video? You asked me the same thing. I don't usually use the videos, but I like to see your face, right? It's just,
Right.
you have a
Yeah,
different connection. You have a different conversation. Did you grow up in Fergus Falls?
I did. Yep.
Growing up in Fergus, you're kind of a unique person to talk to, because Fergus has really done a lot with the maker community, and they're really trying to energize business in Fergus. You've been there all along. What is it about Fergus Falls that makes it a good place to do business?
Well, good business can be done anywhere, but this is just an awesome place to live because we're right on the corner of the flatlands. We're on the corner of the woods. We're on the corner of the lakes. So we're right in an awesome spot to enjoy all the things you like to do.
Are you a big outdoors person?
Yes.
Me too. And it makes a big difference when you can get outdoors. It's funny, you've probably been going outdoors your whole life. It's funny to see all the new folks getting into fishing and kayaking and all the outdoor activities. Is that going to spur some new development for you guys down the road? Maybe some new customers as people get more into the outdoors again?
Oh, I've got to believe that'd be true. Yeah.
Yeah. When you think about your business, are you always trying to invent new things, or are you just like you have your core product and is it you just stay the lane?
Well, you got to keep inventing. If you're nothing lasts forever. So you got to keep coming up with that next great idea if you can when you have a business.
Can you think of a great idea that you've had during the trajectory of this business and give an example?
Well, the best one was the Duha.
Sure.
That's the core of our company. So we've came up with a lot of things, but nothing has been as successful as that product. So that's what I mean by looking for the next best product. So we're always looking.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time and hearing more about your company and supporting Greater Fergus Falls. I know that the Fergus Falls community is pretty supportive of business. Are there can you think of like any other small businesses that you really like up in Fergus? So if people take a trip up there, they should check them out.
There's a lot of them. So have them come and check out the town.
Okay.
We got a great mayor.
It's good to know. I will go ahead and tell everybody to come check out the town and line up to meet the great mayor.
That sounds good.
Okay. Thanks so much. I appreciate your time, Dan.
I'm Natalia Bowman, Managing Director of Greater Fergus Falls, a nonprofit economic development organization, and we are pleased to sponsor Meet Your Makers, Exploring Fergus Falls. This series showcases just a few of the many unique makers that call Fergus Falls, Minnesota home. Aside from our lower cost of living, variety of recreation and amenities, our community fosters small business growth. If you are interested in entrepreneurship, we invite you to explore what Fergus Falls has to offer. Learn more at greaterfergusfalls.com and grow with us.